Good afternoon and welcome to 802 Scoop, live from the Inside Scoop studio at 185 North Main Street in Barre. Beautiful sunny day out there today. I hope people got to go out and enjoy it, because I hear that we have some rain and crappy weather coming soon.
From what I saw.
Possibly even tonight.
From what I saw, it's like the next 7 or 8 days is like rain every day.
Yeah, I'm not liking that.
No,
at all.
No.
I mean, it'll kick the dust down a little bit, but I'm not liking the idea of rain for that long. And it sucks for a green up day.
Oh, that's right.
I mean, that's this Saturday, and hopefully people still go out and, do whatever, but
I've noticed a few places where people have already picked up because the green bags are out on the side of the road.
And I mean, they've been in the clerk's offices all over the state
Yeah.
for a long time now. So it's good that people have gotten out. I saw the River Access had posted that they had been doing a lot of cleanup along the riverbank and stuff. So
That's good.
that's cool. Yeah. People are starting to get stuff done.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if you remember. There was a couple of weeks ago, or maybe it was brought up at a council meeting. Someone had put something online about the area behind the Motel Pierre, where the homeless people had been living, and it was all this trash and gone. I went by there today and looked down. The railroad company must have went in, and they cut all the brush down, opened it all up, and hauled everything out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Because that's been a real eyesore for a long time. And I know that people have asked the railroad a few times if they could pick that stuff up, and they said no.
No, can't trespass on their property.
Same with behind the credit union, North Country, behind Domino's and up towards Capstone.
Yeah.
There's quite a bit of stuff over there as well. But maybe now that they've started, they'll continue up the line and do a little more.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But
Cross our fingers.
I've noticed a lot driving around that people have been picking up already, and they've got them on the side of the road. So.
Yeah. Now, what does the city or does the state pick all of those up?
I believe the state does. I know in the past we've had city crews go out and pick it up within the city limits. But once you get outside, I don't know if Barre Town does pickups too, but I usually see the state trucks roaming around.
Out doing it, out picking all of that up. I'm sure it's going to be a lot. I've seen tires and stuff on the side of the road so far, and a lot of green bags and some furniture and whatever people throw over the banks, which is super sad. I mean, that people do that, just pull over on some back road or a fishing access. The Rude Pond one seems to be a good spot that people just chuck things out. Yeah.
I've seen
it's gross.
McDonald's bags and stuff on the
It's shitty. But so hopefully people will still get out there and do that kind of stuff this weekend, even though it's not going to be very nice.
You get a little break of sunshine, just grab a bag and get out there.
That's right. And you can put a raincoat on.
Sure.
And put your little mud boots on. It's still better than winter.
Yeah.
Still better than blowing
Anything's
snow
better
and
than
all
winter.
that. Right, exactly. So, what we got coming up? We were just talking that the partnership's doing a few different things.
Yeah, I was looking at the minutes from their meeting they had last night, and boy, she's got a lot. There's a lot going on. Tracy does a heck of a job.
Yes, she does.
This combining summer events, so it'll be Courier Park on Wednesday nights, beginning June 4th through September 24th. The Farmers Market 3:30 to 6:30. The food trucks, 4 o'clock to 7 o'clock. And the live concerts, 5:30 to 7.
That's awesome.
All in one big night.
802 Scoop is sponsoring Seth and Sophie.
Oh, nice.
So I looked through the list, and a few of the people on the list, my Chris Powers, a few people like that. I've known Chris for a long time, and then Seth and Sophie, they're at the Den a lot. So I went through to see who I might know from one of our sponsors. And
I think I saw TJ Powers on there too.
Yeah, he's on there too. Trainwreck. Yep. So a really good lineup actually of concerts this summer. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Bob Nelson doing his own, or was he doing it with the group? I know he's on there somewhere.
Yeah, he's on there, and I believe he was on there with Native Tongue.
Yep.
Yep. So definitely a good lineup of people and concerts. And I also saw that she posted that the gargoyle or gremlin or whatever you want to call them, the bike racks are going back out.
Those are out. That's a good sign. No more snow.
Yeah, get those out and people can lock them up. So I'm assuming that they'll probably be, well, I saw the ladies out, the garden club or whatever. I've seen them out already working in the medians and stuff like that too.
Earlier today, there was someone down at the Italian Memorial down on Maple Avenue in North Main. Somebody was digging up around the front of the statue, and it looks like their daffodils and tulips and stuff are coming up. And
It's starting to happen.
It's finally spring.
I can tell because I'm taking Allegra and having to use a little inhaler, this, that, and the other thing. Are you plagued with allergies?
I'll start getting, a little phlegmy and sneezy, and
it's not fun at all. I don't like it.
But boy, those leaves popped out fast.
They did.
So maybe this pollen thing will blow by fast.
Let's hope. But yeah, so she's got a lot going on, and then I saw that she's working on some other things too, and of course they've got the new banners that are coming up for the polls, and they've been working on those, which is awesome.
Banners, and then she was talking about the trees. They were going to see if they could get some material to put down in the trees that are planted on the sidewalks, get them mulched, and plant some flowers in those. And
oh, nice.
Yeah, it's going to look nice out there.
Which I think they did last year. They put some of that stuff out.
A few of the store owners went out and bought flowers and planted them in the trees in front of their places.
Yeah, it's a good idea. I mean, it looks nice, and we know that before too long, it's time to do the Art Splash, and the statues will be going up all along Main Street, and I'm curious how that's going to go. I'm crossing my fingers it's going to go wonderful, because a lot of time, work, money goes into that, and so I'm hopeful that that's going to be good.
That'll be a boost too to what we talked about yesterday with Rich, is getting people out on the streets. We'll have the Art Splash. They can, get a group of friends, walk around, look at them.
Yeah, check out the new banners. And
Tracy had another thing she was doing. Saturday, June 21st, it's going to be Barre Art Fest, Barre Art Walk. So they're going to do, some of the vendors on Main Street are going to have like sidewalk chalk and other things. They're going to expand on it and get more people involved.
The merchants involved to see if they want to have, some sort of studio set up in their storefront or space. And I know I've reached out to a couple of people to do some stuff in here because we have plenty of room. And we have plenty of tables and whatnot for somebody to do something in here. So if you're on the outskirts of the city and you have a business and you would like to participate, just reach out to me because we're more than welcome to share this space with anybody, so you're more than welcome to come on over.
Things are spread out, that's in June. Of course, you got the Heritage Festival the end of July. So good time to get out, get on Main Street. Let's take back Main Street.
For sure, 100%. That would be really nice to see. been a while.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's been a long, hard winter.
very
Let's
long.
say that. Yeah. And we had a great time last summer. It's not to say that but I think that that's when things were kind of starting up with some of the troubles that we're seeing
Yeah.
right now. But like you say, let's take it back and just come out in numbers and support the local businesses and that are hurting because of some of the talk around town right now.
Yeah.
And let's bring it back. Judy says she saw someone planting flowers by one of the trees by Tasty Bites.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So that'll be nice. Speaking of Tasty Bites, we need to get over there.
I know.
And we don't have a show tomorrow. We should go tomorrow for fried dough.
Fried dough?
Yep, we should go for lunch and have fried dough instead of lunch. Or we could have lunch and fried dough. Who cares, right?
Or
Who's
we
gonna
could
tell
have fried
us?
dough for lunch. You never know.
That's right. That's what I think. That's what I did last time I went with Rosemary. She said, "What are you getting?" I said, "Fried dough." Like, duh.
Can we get
What
ice
do you
cream
mean,
on
what
it?
am I getting? Yes, you can. You can get ice cream on it. You get maple syrup on it. All the anything that you would normally put on it,
Oh,
except
boy.
you can get ice cream put on it.
Yeah.
From Legendary. Yep.
Oh, right.
Judy wants to know if the city is planning on fixing the gazebo again.
I don't know. I can find out. I know I think they still have materials from what they purchased last year when they had to fix it. I can check on that tomorrow. I'll find out. But
Yeah.
I'm sure they're going to.
And if not, hopefully some community members can rally together and do it. But because it does look terrible.
So 2 years ago, my crew did it. This last summer was a bunch of volunteers that came in and did it. So, it shouldn't be a yearly thing where you're
No,
putting the gazebo back together.
definitely not. It's Down Street fixed it last year.
It was
she
Down
said.
Street?
Yeah, but it's disappointing that that's the case and that it, like you say, it shouldn't have to be an annual thing.
Yeah, but we don't need cameras. There's no problem around here.
No. Maybe touching it up once in a while. If you fix something one year, the
Right.
next year you might paint the
Right.
stairs but to have to literally
Breaking out,
repair
Right.
it every year and restore the broken,
the
posts,
spindles on the
spindles
railing,
on the railing. Yeah,
the
a whole section is
Yeah.
gone on the railing.
Yeah.
And then some of the lattice
skirting,
on the
the
bottom.
lattice on the skirting, they're kicking that out. They've in the past they've even broken we have outlet boxes on the floor up there for basically the Heritage Festival because it takes a lot of power to have for the band and the vendors and they actually kick those right off the floor.
Yeah, super sad, for sure. It's hopefully that kind of stuff can simmer down with this walk, that Rich is talking about doing, with events that Tracy's talking about doing, as more and more foot traffic hopefully will drive this stuff away.
Yeah.
Power should be turned off on only when in use, Judy says.
That's what we've done.
Yep. And I know, you and I saw somebody the last council meeting, kind of on the backside of the electrical box, the big green one outside of the building.
Yeah.
So by City Hall, that was the first time I had ever seen somebody doing that. And then I was parked in the alleyway between the courthouse and the theater
Yeah.
the other day, and there were people sitting behind I would assume it's City Place, the backside of that is over there, but sitting there, and same thing on the backside of that box, and they had their phone chargers out, but I don't know how they're plugging them in to something like that, and I would think that would be extremely dangerous to be messing around in that situation, would it?
Well,
I don't know.
It depends. It depends what kind of a box you're messing with. There's one over at Courier Park that's, it's a panel, and it's breaker switches, but there is, I think, one outlet underneath it.
Yeah.
As long as the panel box is locked, there's no harm. You can't get into the panel.
Yeah.
But if they could get into the panel, yeah, someone could get electrocuted or blow something out.
Yeah. And this one, the one over there is just like the one behind City Hall. It's one of those big, huge green metal, boxes or whatever. But that's what they were doing. Wow. Just hanging out there, and I'm sure it's probably warm right around that. If you're sitting up against it, it must generate some heat and stuff too. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff over there, but that's what they did. They had their phone charger out, charging their phone. Could see them sitting there.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I know, I guess, but the library places like that are open during the day.
Exactly. They can go there.
Could use the power up then. So there's also a lot of activity happening in May over at the Senior Center, which is a great place. When my grandmother was alive, she just recently passed this last winter, but she loved going there. She loved going to participate in the dinners. She loved to play cards. She had a great time with all the people down there, and she said they take their card playing extremely serious. Like, you have to be quiet. You're not supposed to pick on each other. Like, they take it really seriously, especially the guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pinochle, I think was it Pinochle? I think maybe. There was something that they were playing that they needed 2 decks of cards. I can't remember what it was.
I've never played Pinochle before.
Yeah. But a couple different games they were playing. But they have Seniors in Motion Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays at 9:30. Maybe I should go to that. Wood carving Wednesdays at 10:30.
Wow.
Let's see. Pitch. That's what they were playing. Pitch.
Ooh, pitch. Yeah.
Mondays
I can
at
play
10:30. Cribbage was her other favorite.
That's another good one.
Fridays at 9:30. Arthritis exercise Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9:30.
Geez, maybe I ought to start going to that.
And I don't know what this is. Euchre. Tuesdays at 10:30. Whatever. I'm not sure what that is.
What was it? EU?
CHRE.
Huh.
Asher? I'm not sure. Tuesdays at 10:30. Whatever that is, it's on Tuesdays at 10:30. But all of that stuff is happening over at the Barre Area Senior Center. And if you ever want to know what's going on over there, just check out their Facebook page or ours, because I try to make sure that everything that's going on over there.
Like, are you telling me I should be hanging out at the senior center now?
No, me too. But I do try to get my dad to go down there and play cards and stuff.
I'll go down with Guy. Guy and I'll go down.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. He's always wanting to go play cribbage.
Yeah.
He always, that's what he says. That he would like to go down and play cribbage, but he doesn't go. And I try to tell him, Judy says that you should be joining. I do try to tell him that I think he'd have a good time, but they have a lot of different lunches and a lot of great things that happen over there. So even if you're not going to participate, you could go volunteer.
Hey, and if he doesn't like what they're serving, he could walk across the hall to Campo di Vino.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm getting tonight.
Are you?
Yep, the special this week, the shrimp Alfredo.
Ooh, geez.
Shrimp fettuccine Alfredo.
Wow.
That's the special this week.
Wow.
Yep. Have you tried the meatball subs?
No.
You gotta.
Yeah?
Yeah. Those are on the menu all the time now.
Really?
Yep. So it's not just a special anymore. And the take-home lasagnas, amazing. And literally, you take off the top, let it lightly sit, put it in the oven.
Yep.
The directions are right there. Done. No work, no mess, no nothing.
Boy.
It's amazing. So
I'm going to have to
worth
try
it.
it, I guess.
Yeah. There's she has quite a bit of grab-and-go stuff. And then they have their menu Thursday through Saturday that you can get, order. And it's hot and ready. Just eat it when you get home. But
Nice.
pretty good stuff.
Yeah?
Yeah. And cannolis. Do you eat cannolis?
Oh. Yes.
Well, they have different ones every week, and she makes them. I had never had a cannoli until I think it was New Year's when they did the boozy ones, and she had one, and I tried it, the Bailey's one, and it was amazing. But I had never had one before. This week's cannolis flavors are lemon, Snickers, cinnamon, and vanilla. So those are the 3 this week. Yep. And the shrimp fettuccine Alfredo comes with 2 garlic knots and a tossed salad. And of course, the whole thing is their fresh made fettuccine. And but all of that for $17.99.
That's a good deal.
So it is a good deal, and it's more food than than I can eat in one sitting. So I always have the leftovers for lunch the next day. Yeah. So give it a try if you haven't.
I'm gonna have to.
Good stuff. And then the Meltdown, they are celebrating Cinco de Mayo already.
Are they?
Yep. And so they have some taco grilled cheese. So, yeah. My dad's waiting until Monday to have that, though. He has to wait until Monday.
Till Cinco de Mayo?
Yeah, he's already said.
Actually, there's a grand opening on Cinco de Mayo down at the little store was across from the Fast Stop or whatever it is.
Oh, Dunkin' Donuts, the one?
Yeah,
that one,
right across from there,
store?
yeah.
What is that going to be now?
They've got Aranda's Mexican food in there.
Oh, yes.
The one that's down at the old Gary's place on the Berrymont Pier Road.
Yep.
They've got I guess they got a place in there. I saw it up on the front of the store. It's got the name up there.
Interesting.
And I know Tracy was saying something about the grand opening is on Monday, Cinco de Mayo.
Interesting. I had not heard that yet. I was wondering what was going to go in there because there was like a little grab and go store, but they were only here maybe like a month, and then they were gone again.
Yeah.
So they during that month, I think they were open and then they would close and open.
Yeah,
and
it was kind of weird.
It was weird. Who knows? Maybe they were. Who knows what they were grabbing and going?
There hasn't been anything. Yeah, well, that was just up the road there, 24 Maple Avenue.
Right. You know.
That hasn't really been steady since what was it, Mr. J's beverage place left.
Yep. He moved away to Florida, I think it was.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we've had some things coming and going. And has anybody heard anything new that could possibly or is possibly going to go into the old Soup's place? Is there been any more rumblings about that? I
haven't heard anything lately.
I know that prior to the flood, they were talking about Little Caesars, and Little Caesars had even posted and advertised that they were going to come here, and then they backed out, which was truly sad because that building wasn't affected at all.
No, but I think it's got other issues.
That made them worry.
I think rent. I know rent was an issue for someone who wanted to open a restaurant in there. Mm-hmm. They ended up doing a takeout business instead.
Yep.
I can't remember if there was another person who looked at it, but I can find out because I'll have lunch with the property management guy next Thursday.
Cool. Well, we would love to know.
So for Thursday afternoon next week, we'll have some news.
That's what I was just going to say too, Hillary. Hillary says she saw that Mr. Z's building doesn't have a for sale sign on it anymore, and any news on that. And I haven't heard anything.
I noticed the sign's been gone for a while.
Yeah. And I haven't looked online to see if it says it's under deposit or anything. Every once in a while, I'll scroll through to see if any of those say that they're under deposit. But I haven't looked, so I don't know.
It was a few weeks ago I saw some people in and out of there, but I don't know if they were just looking or what's going on.
Yeah, it would be nice to fill up some buildings and get some stuff going on. We haven't heard whether or not BADC is moving forward with Judge Newberry's yet. We haven't.
We have not heard that.
We haven't heard, and I didn't see it on the upcoming agenda. But that doesn't mean that they couldn't come during visitors and communications.
Right.
And say, hey, we, met this mark and put us on the next week. But to have JJ Newberry's gone, or at least know that that's in the works would be amazing, because it looks so crappy. Although I can't talk right now, I have to find a window washer, because the front of this building looks like shit. So if you are a window washer,
come on down.
yeah, let me know. Reach out, send a message, something, because boy, do they need to be done.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're terrible. We look like a defunct business in here. You can't even see. When the sun is shining, we can't see out. It's like a big cloud. So yeah, we got to find a window washer for sure.
We couldn't do it, could we?
I've tried before, and they always look like shit.
Yeah, you gotta have like a squeegee. You gotta have a big long.
Yeah. Michael Deering does a really good job. He did them for me a couple of times last year, and he doesn't charge me like a huge amount of money either. Some people, it's expensive to have them done.
It is.
But used to be Lesgo's window washing business.
Lesko up in South Barry.
We'll have to see.
I don't know. I don't think he's still in business.
Yeah, I don't know, but we need to. I know that there is a guy that comes around Main Street and does some of the businesses.
I think that's Jay Milne. He does the bank over here.
I think so. He does a few of the places on Main Street, and so I just need to find his contact information again, because when I was doing the other stuff out front, I used to pay to have the
So he does, if it's Jay Milne, he does lawn maintenance. In the winter, he does skate sharpening.
Yeah, I know he cleans them in the night. That's when he comes. Is at night he comes to clean the windows. So I need to find that contact information again and reach out, because man, do they look terrible. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to just do it. I'm just gonna have to bite the bullet and do it. And even if they look streaky, they're gonna look better than they look like right now, which is horrible. And I think somebody wrote some not nice words in the dirt in the front, and I did wipe that off yesterday. But that's how bad they are. They're written in.
Well, if it comes down to you doing it, I'll help you.
Right. We'll just have to.
We'll go see Bob across the street. We'll get a good squeegee.
Yeah, get the stuff and get it done. And you know who else did it one time? Because he used to do it. That's how he paid his way through college. Josh Dickinson.
Oh, really?
He was in here doing a show one day, and I said something about the windows. He said, I'll come over and do those for you. And he did. All of a sudden, I was driving down Main Street one day, and there's Josh out there cleaning the windows. And he did like a really, really good job. And he uses Dawn Dish soap and something else. I don't remember, but that's what he cleans them with. And they looked amazing.
Yeah.
And that's when when he was done doing it, because they looked so good, I went outside and I had put the Rain-X in the bug sprayer and sprayed the windows. And that helped, because it kept them cleaner for a lot longer.
Yeah.
And then when it rained, everything ran down and it didn't stick to it like glue.
Yeah, that's good.
It worked really good.
We'll get it done.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Yeah.
We'll either find somebody or
we'll do it.
we'll be out there.
So we don't look like we should be closed. But what else we got going on? You have some basketball and stuff going on this weekend.
More AAU basketball this weekend. Saturday and Sunday up in Burlington. I think this is the states. So this will be it. I'm sure this is going to be it for the Granite City Blast group. 2 games Saturday and 2 games Sunday.
Now, when are they going on their trip? Do you know? We need to get your son in here and talk about that.
July, I think. Mid-July, end of July.
Because they met their mark, right?
July or August. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yep.
As far as I know, they had their first regular season Little League game last night up at Bond. Mm-hmm. And there was a few people talking about making their arrangements because the parents are going to have to pay their own way.
Right.
And some of them are getting places at campgrounds, and they're looking for hotels, motels to stay in. Because the players, the coaches stay in a dormitory. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, they're pumped up.
I bet. I mean, and they worked really hard for that.
They did.
They really did. They did a great job and super impressive.
Yeah, we get Jordan to come in. He can fill you in all that
Chat
stuff.
about it and tell us where they're at with all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Because those kids really worked hard for that.
They did.
It was
Stacking
cool to
firewood, raking lawns, everything and anything
see. Yeah, that they could
they could make money on.
I think they were even baking. Like they
had bake sales.
Yeah, but I think they helped. The kids that I had in here, I'm pretty sure they were helping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever it takes, right?
They were taste testers, I guess.
Yeah, probably, right? I would have made them do the dishes. That would have been the trade. I would have said, okay, I'll do this, but you're going to do all the dishes. Wipe the flour off the counters. But, yeah, I mean, it's super cool. That,
So you know now
happening.
that we're closer to summer because last night, like I said, started Little League, baseball and softball. And so that'll run through June, and then they have like the state tournaments.
And then I see that craziness. And, well, first, let's say this first before we talk about craziness. Let's say that, have you thought about Mother's Day yet? And have you planned what you're going to get for a gift yet? Because if you haven't, Emsley's The Florist and Gifts, which is also a sponsor of 802 Scoop, they have floral arrangements that we know. They're beautiful. Everything I get over there is to die for. But they also have hanging baskets, house plants, self-care essentials, wine, sweet treats, and more. And I guess they team up with Cafe Bueno as well, so that they can do this little like coffee tote like carrier thing, the cardboard carrier things, but it might be a bouquet in one and some sort of coffee or something in another, and they just have a lot of really cool things over there. So if you have not decided what you're going to do for Mother's Day yet, call Emsley's and let them help you. Let them help you figure it out if you don't want to figure it out. 802-476-3126, or just stop in. They're right here on Main Street, right across from the courthouse, and do a great job. And what I love is that they'll go to the cemetery for you too. If you are calling, if you're from out of the area and you really want to do something and your mom is passed, if she's here, great, you can send them to her house too, wherever. But they'll also go to the cemetery, and I think that's such a big deal.
It is.
If I was away and I wasn't here, and then I would want my mom to have flowers for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And I just think that that's awesome that they do that.
There's a lot of people that do that, Mother's Day, birthdays, Memorial Day. Because I remember a few years ago, I got a call on a weekend, Memorial Day weekend. It was one of the girls over at Forget Me Not, and I worked with her husband over. He worked at the street department, and she said, "I hated to call you, and my husband told me not to, but you had said that we could." I said, "Yeah." So, and I knew right where when she mentioned the name on the grave, and well, actually it was the same last name as mine.
Yeah.
But a different Bergeron, but I knew right where it was, and I said, "I'll be there in 5 minutes." Went up, showed her where it was, but they had a van full of stuff. People order, well in advance for every year. The same people, the same things.
Yeah. It's just it's just so nice to see that they do that, and I think a lot of times, even when I wanted to send my gram something in Florida, it's not that easy to it's a lot to be said about here and
Yeah.
and what is provided in small town and everybody knows everybody kind of thing. And
Yeah.
you get those extra touches that you don't necessarily get other places.
Right.
They really do try hard. Judy wants the Little League schedule because she says that she knows people who would like to go and watch. And well, absolutely, we'll try to get that so that we can
Yeah.
get that posted up.
That's another good reason we'll get Jordan in here.
Yeah, we'll make sure that we get the Little League schedule and we can so that we can share that with people. And because absolutely, I'm sure lots of people would like to come. Did you hear there's a car fire today in the parking garage? in
Yeah, I saw
Burlington?
something online earlier today.
Yeah, they had to evacuate it.
Yeah.
I bet you that was a little bit. Can you imagine sitting in your doctor's appointment upstairs, or if you were over on Baird visiting somebody and they said you got to get your car out of the parking garage? That's like a wicked hike.
Oh, yeah.
From that unit back to the parking
Yep.
garage. That's no joke, and you got to get over there and get your car out of there.
Jeez.
Yeah. So I saw that happened this afternoon.
I haven't heard any more about it. I just heard that, there was smoke.
Yeah.
The car was, I don't know if it was actually in flames or it was just smoking, but they evacuated the place.
Yeah, well, it says a car caught fire, so I'm
Wow.
assuming it says that it did. It says a car caught fire in the garage. The Burlington Fire Department responded and was able to put out the blaze. The garage reopened several hours later. The Burlington police said the car fire occurred on the first floor of the garage, of course, right? A photo from the scene showed a blue Subaru with extensive fire damage to the engine component.
No.
So, yeah. I wonder if it was a gas jobby
I mean, that could have been
or
really
if it
bad.
was an electric jobby.
You know how many cars that thing holds? It could have been really disastrous.
Yes, it could, and because you're squeezed in there
Yeah.
too. I mean, when you
Oh,
open
yeah.
a door in that parking garage, you literally have to be able to shimmy yourself
Mm-hmm.
out because there's not a whole lot of room. Yeah, unless you don't care that you're smashing the crap out of the car next to you with your door, like some people.
Some people do.
But yeah, that would have been terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah, Judy says softball too. We'll try to get schedules for all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I don't see why we couldn't.
No.
We know who to we if we don't know who to call, we'll figure it
We'll
out.
get it.
Yeah, we'll get it. I bet you somebody knows that can help us out and make sure to get those posted. Speaking of Mother's Day, we got some brunches going on. Mother's Day brunches. The Elks Lodge is doing one, and they do one, I think, every year.
Yeah.
And I've heard they do a really good job.
They do a good job with those senior dinners they have too, I guess.
Yes.
It's once a
I
month.
want to go volunteer some night at one of those. That's how they do it. It's
You
all
volunteer.
volunteers.
I'm going to sit there and eat. You can
Oh, come on.
you can wait on me.
Come on. You don't want to volunteer?
I'd help out. Sure.
But they serve a lot of meals.
Oh yeah.
Like 150, 100.
I see it when they
lot of
post it.
meals.
When they post that, we
Yeah.
did 150 last night. Yeah.
It's that's a lot of work. They
Sure
do
it
a
is.
great job. But they are doing a Mother's Day brunch, so over at the Barre Elks, and then they have a bunch of other stuff going on over there too. So let's see, we have just a few tables left too for the Mom's Wine and Dine dinner on Friday, May 9th. Stop by the Members Lounge today and sign up to buy your ticket. It's a night out, $60 per person gets you this wonderful meal and 4 different glasses of wine to enjoy. You do not have to be an Elks member to attend the function.
Oh, that's
so
pretty cool.
check it out. It's pretty cool. They have lots of stuff going on there. Yeah.
Things are hopping at the Elks.
Things are hopping at the Elks. Yes, line dance. Speaking of hopping, line dancing tonight at the Den in Williamstown. That happens. Do you remember Emil Goslin?
Yeah, yeah.
So Emil and his wife, they're there every Tuesday and Thursday nights. And Thursday nights is they have beginners and then advanced. And holy, I could not. I watch people do it and I say, yep. Nope, I'd love to do it, but there's no way I could.
I
I don't know that I could retain all of that stuff. Maybe if I did it over and over and over again. But, and, you know, my balance isn't so great anymore. So I try not to do that stuff where I would tumble over, tip over, and hurt anybody anyway. But it's super cool every Tuesday and Thursday night. But starts tonight is the 6th, so 6 to 7, and then 7 to 9 over there at the Den. And it's a lot of fun. I love to go and watch, and I'm always amazed, and I think it's kind of cool at the teenagers that go, and the teenage guys that go.
Really?
Yeah, like I just love to watch them, and I just think it's great that they're there with their parents and they're doing it and they're having a great time, and I just think that's awesome.
I know I couldn't do it.
That the guys are there doing that. So
I'd be tripping over myself, knocking people over.
Yeah. Well, just tell them it's the bartender's fault. She put a little too much whatever in your drink, you know. Authorities are searching for some guy. We posted the pictures. It's all over the news. That stole a truck in Williamstown, and it's not just any truck. It's like a work truck. Officers are looking for a man who was captured on camera stealing a heavy-duty truck Tuesday. I mean, you can see the cord from the radio. In the truck, it's obviously some sort of work truck, maybe a dump truck, I'm not sure. But very clear pictures of this guy.
Yeah, I saw those.
Yeah, and they do have the vehicle. They did get the truck back, thankfully. So that was left in Barre, but they just got to know who this idiot is that took the truck for a ride.
Interesting. It was a camera that got him, right?
Yeah, I mean,
these cameras keep popping up.
Those cameras, I know. Those damn cameras.
They just keep popping up everywhere.
They keep solving crime.
I know.
What are we going to do about that? It's terrible.
I don't know.
It's just terrible that they would do such a thing. Goodness. Fire risk is high today. And it's probably going to stay that way, the fire danger, for a little bit.
Well, like I said, unless it's changed, I saw like 8 straight days of rain.
So maybe they'll get things.
Maybe they knocked it down. No, let's see. So starting tomorrow, right through till next Thursday, going like from 80% to 40%. So plan on like 7 straight days of rain.
That's really not good.
No, it's not.
At all. But, I mean, right now there's burn bans in effect all over the place. And the risk is high.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if it helps with that, and it'll knock down some of the dust, it'll knock down some of the pollen, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah,
Anything to get that crap out of the air.
It's like we said yesterday, those leaves like popped out overnight. It's crazy.
Yeah, I think it's awesome.
See, the good news is, though, it won't get below 40 degrees. So you don't see any more 30s.
Tasty Bites is opening up their food truck in Williamstown
I
tomorrow
saw that
night,
the other day,
4 o'clock. So you can go to Williamstown. You can stop, get something to eat at Tasty Bites. You could even get fried dough if you wanted. And then when you're all done having dinner, you just
Go over
scoot
to
up
Legendary.
the road to Legendary and get one of those maple coffee ice creams. Yeah, I wish he would put. I don't know if he got butter pecan yet. I mean, I hope he did. But if he didn't, I wish we could just put pecan in that for now.
Yeah?
Yeah, because it's really good, for sure. But have to remember to get a baby size or a dog size, like little.
Well, yeah.
Because the
No more small. Can't do that
small
anymore.
is these 3 humongous scoops of ice cream, but that's after they press the ice cream down into the cone. So they fill the cone first and then put the ice cream on top.
See, that's like they're creamies, too, the small creamy.
Holy cow.
It's like that high.
You don't have to eat for a week,
No.
but you have to give yourself a lot of insulin when you get home if you're diabetic. If you get the coffee maple one, coffee bourbon maple or something like that. but it is insanely good. Like really, really good. Yeah. Have you been over yet?
Not yet.
Yep. See, you got to try that too. All of these great things. But I think that's it. Do you have anything else?
I don't think so.
No. Don't forget the bottle drive.
Oh, no,
though.
there was one more thing. I think I saw today that there was a couple groups or more, maybe 3 or 4, out doing potholes today.
Oh, good.
They had the crews out doing potholes today.
Well, there's a lot of them.
Oh, yeah.
Bless their hearts.
There's no shortage of them, that's
no,
for sure.
there's no shortage, and there's no shortage of potholes, and there's no shortage of bitching.
That's true.
And I mean, I feel bad. I really do. I feel bad for them. And do I, cuss about the holes a little bit? Does it tick me off if it's raining and I didn't see it and I, go through it? Yes, but it just is the way it is around here. And it is a little worse this year because of what we've gone through for 2 straight years.
Yeah.
All that water on the pavement, and then the neglect because other things had to be done. And, cut them some slack. But people are really being vicious.
No, there was 2 years of not keeping up with, regular maintenance stuff because you had all these repairs to do from floods.
Yeah, and it's a lot. Mm-hmm. And just cut them some slack and know that the guys that are out there are going as fast as they can, and it's budget, it's staffing, it's so many things, and I think that they're doing the best they can. And the city did put forth extra money to kind of do more paving than what was originally planned, and they expect to get back on the schedule.
Yep.
And so.
And the way they're planning it now, doing long stretches in one area, so you get more for your money because
they don't have to pick up.
Contractor doesn't have to pick up and move. He's in one area and they can just work out of that.
Mm-hmm. And I know a lot of people are super excited and happy about the Prospect Street paving for sure. And that is bad. Prospect's been bad for a long time. And and who knows, maybe they'll get to Air Street, but if they don't, at least they can, fill the holes and do what we can for now. I
think Air Street will be one of the
ones
one of the first ones after they do the 3 majors up here. Thing is, what they still want to do with that is get in an area where they can do more than one street.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
But Air Street should be done. It should be done in the summer before school gets back in. Now, because there's a lot less cars on Air Street in the summer than there are during the school season.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be something that you wait for. Don't forget this weekend when you're out there doing green up stuff that it's the 3rd annual Veterans Place bottle drive. So if you've had a bunch of bottles sitting around all winter long, you've been collecting them all winter and you got big bags full, or even if you just have a weekend's worth, whatever, the Barre Lions Club is going to be down helping. They'll be at Barre City, they'll be in front of Lenny's, and in Barrytown, they'll be at the elementary school. And that happens from 10 to 3 this Saturday. And bottles, cans, or monetary donations, and 100% of the proceeds go right to the Veterans Place, which is a home over in Northfield that helps homeless and transitioning veterans. It's an amazing program. Can't say enough about them. And Lucas Herring was in here. He's on the board of directors. I think he's the head honcho over there as far as the board goes. And so he was in here with us just last week talking about the Veterans Place. So it's a great place.
I actually went by someplace today that had some green up bags out at the edge of their driveway, but they also had 2 big clear bags that had returnables in it.
Yep.
So I don't know who picks those up, but
yeah, I don't know, but
they left them out there if somebody wants them.
Yeah, somebody wants them. And I know that the Lions Club will, if you are somebody that can't get to these places, or if you have too many, If you contact Lucas Herring or the Veterans Place, they will make arrangements
That's good.
For them to be picked up. So if you're willing to donate to them. So that's a great thing happening this weekend too. And again, if you can get out there, even just do in front of your own property, along your property line and in front of your own driveway, pick up some stuff. If you see a drain that's plugged up, break it out,
Yeah.
pick up the garbage. Just do a little bit. Every little bit helps.
See, that's a good thing that you mentioned about the drains, especially after like a rainstorm. Not so much now, but in the fall when the leaves are off the trees and you get a heavy rainstorm and everything gets washed down and they start plugging up that storm drain. That's the first place your water starts piling up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, those and
keep them clear.
I noticed mine near our driveway, and that's why I said it. It seemed to be like a lot of sand and salt and crud from the winter. That the last couple of rains, it made it
Yeah.
pool over the drain, and so it only took a second to take a rake and
Yep.
get it out of there.
Another thing is
Move it down.
now it's mowing season.
Yes,
People
Clippings.
shouldn't blow their grass out into the road.
right.
It causes
do, but
problems
they
for
should not.
bicyclists and motorcyclists. Especially if grass gets blown out, it rains, it gets wet, it gets slippery. Don't blow it, keep it in your own yard.
And isn't that is that a law?
I don't
Or
know
is
if
it
it's a
like
law, but
ordinances?
it's a safety thing. And
Yeah. I know, I mean, I hear it all the time. People are, and you wouldn't think that you need to remind people. But
I had to remind my guys when they were out mowing fields and stuff and playgrounds and especially because if city manager Mackenzie saw it, that was one thing that he did not like at all.
that would make him very upset.
Very
Keep,
upset.
keep it out of there. So, all right. Well, we will go for now, and we hope you all have a good weekend. Michael and I will be back here tonight at 7, I think. I think that's the plan. You never know what he's got going on. If he gets trapped at the State House sometimes with something that's going on, or if they get held up, then we're not able to come in on Thursdays. But usually I know by 5:30. But I think the plan is that we will be here tonight, and if not, I'll let you know super soon. And
And then you and I will be back on Cinco de Mayo.
on Monday, yeah, are you going to wear sombrero?
sombrero?
or
I
something? You going to dress the occasion?
I'll just have like
Well,
the,
you can wear beads or something too, right? Don't they do that then too?
I don't know.
But I think you have to earn beads. That's what I've always been told.
Are you thinking of Mardi Gras? Where
No,
are you at?
No, even for Cinco de Mayo. I think that somebody told me you have to earn your beads, but it has something to do with drinking.
Really?
Yeah. Or maybe it's just a game the kids played. Not beads. What am I thinking? Yeah, no, beads. That's what they used. And it had something to do with drinking. That's all I know. And tequila.
Well, maybe I'll just come
They
with a
had to
big
earn their-
sombrero and like a blanket thing over me, and I'll
Yeah.
have a little siesta on the couch. and-
Tacos. Yeah, we'll have some tacos.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, a little tequila. Why not? Yeah, who knows? All right, guys, we will check back with you on Monday. We'll be back on Monday. And until then, enjoy your weekend.
Yeah.
Stay safe. Take care. And
Carry your umbrella.
carry your umbrella. That's right.